My mother-in-law almost ruined my wedding. From the very first day, I knew Linda would never truly accept me. My name is Sarah, and I still remember how her eyes carried jealousy and distrust the moment we first met. It was like I was just an intruder trying to steal her precious son, Michael, away from the family. I tried to smile, be polite, and earn her respect, but her words were always cold, filled with hidden poison. At every meeting, Linda found a subtle way to belittle me, to show that I would never be enough. When Michael and I announced our engagement, instead of celebrating, she sighed deeply, as if she had lost a battle. She made comments out loud that Michael was too young, that he should enjoy life before settling down. I swallowed my anger, hoping that one day Linda would change, but her jealousy only grew stronger with time. The problem became unbearable when we started planning the wedding, and Linda wanted to control every single detail. She picked flowers without asking, suggested odd songs, and even hinted my dress should be more modest and appropriate. When I rejected her ideas, Linda accused me of being ungrateful, saying I didn't respect her experience as a mother. But I knew. This wasn't about flowers or dresses, it was about power, control, and her obsessive jealousy. Things got worse when Linda started calling vendors, trying to cancel choices Michael and I had made together. I found out she had changed part of the menu, claiming my choices were cheap food, unworthy of real guests. I cried alone in the bathroom, feeling like my dream was being ripped away by someone meant to be family. Michael noticed my pain and tried to talk to Linda, but she only cried and played the victim. She said she was being forgotten, that her son didn't care anymore, that I was stealing everything from her. Her manipulation was so strong that some relatives actually started believing I was the villain in this story. At the rehearsal dinner, Linda showed up in a long white dress, as if she wanted to compete with me. Guests whispered, and I just wanted to disappear, because that scene felt like a knife stabbing into my heart. Linda raised a glass loudly, saying, "True love lasts forever," unlike these temporary passions people confuse with marriage. Her words were poison spilled over the table, and I had to fake a smile just to avoid crying. I felt Michael squeeze my hand, trying to give me strength, but even he seemed shaken by her actions. That night, I thought about giving up, because my wedding was turning into a full-blown family war. But a voice inside me said I couldn't let Linda's jealousy destroy my love or my future with Michael. The next day, I sat with Michael and said I couldn't take it anymore unless he took a stand. He cried with me, told me he loved me, and promised to finally put his own mother in her place. The following week, Linda tried again, this time canceling the photography service, but Michael handled the situation himself. He called, restored the contract, and made it clear to all the vendors that only the two of us decided. Linda was furious, called me manipulative, and said I was taking her son away from her forever. I stayed silent, because I knew nothing I could say would change a heart consumed by that much jealousy. On the wedding day, my biggest fear was that Linda would pull something even more humiliating in front of everyone. When the church doors opened, my heart pounded, and I couldn't stop imagining what she might do. To my surprise, Linda was sitting there, serious, with a heavy stare, but at least she didn't sabotage me. I walked down the aisle, tears in my eyes, not because of her, but because we were finally winning together. Every step was a victory against her venom, against her words, against the pain she had caused for months. When I held Michael's hand, I felt nothing could separate us, not even the envy of his own mother. The kiss at the altar was like a scream of freedom, a promise that our love was stronger than anything. And yet, during the reception, Linda still threw cutting looks and whispered bitter comments under her breath. I no longer cried, because I had learned that sometimes victory is refusing to give poison a stage. I danced, smiled, lived my dream, while Linda squirmed in silence, unable to steal my happiness anymore. Some guests noticed the tension, but chose to celebrate with me, because deep down, they all knew who was wrong. In my heart, I even felt sorry for Linda, because no one loses more than those who can't share love. Looking back now, I see my wedding with Michael was a fight against jealousy disguised as motherly care. And even if Linda still tries to belittle me today, there's no space left for fear inside my heart.